Welcome to the Cadence9 Solution Overview video. Cadence9 is an enterprise content marketing and social media platform designed to help manage the entire content marketing lifecycle. Some solution highlights include the ability to seamlessly publish and retrieve engagement data from across all of your content destinations. It's also a team-centric solution, which allows for risk-free empowerment across your entire organization. Whether you're a marketer or manager, the solution is loaded with tools and features to let you and your team get the job done better and faster. Let's log into the application and get started. Because Cadence9 is hosted, there are no software downloads, and you can log in from any computer with an internet connection. Let's get acquainted with the basic functionality and layout of Cadence9. The tab navigation in the header represents the basic functionality of the solution. This tab navigation is always available. The Home tab, which is the default login page, is a personalized summary of all your activity. The next tab is the Task tab. This represents the beginning of the content marketing lifecycle. Here, managers can orchestrate activities with planning and assignment tools such as editorial calendars, while other users can come here to review and complete their tasks. The Broadcast tab is primarily for reviewing content that's already been published. In the Engagement tab, you can review, respond, and organize all engagement around content you've published. And finally, the Reports tab is where you can measure effectiveness, review activity logs, and ultimately collect data to make better business decisions. Before we learn more about Cadence9, there are a number of one-time setup activities that are needed. Under the Preferences and Setup tab, there are three areas that need attention: channels, templates, and users. By creating channels, you are unifying your organization's content destinations, which will allow you to publish and manage content across all of your social profiles, blogs, websites, and much more. Setting up your channels is needed before you and your team can use the application, but it's only a one-time setup activity and takes just a few minutes per channel. The next setup item are templates. These are predefined groups of channels that allow you to be more efficient with your publishing. Unlike channels, they aren't prerequisites for using Cadence9. However, they are a great way to empower others in your team while minimizing risk. We'll learn more about templates later in the video. The last setup item is users. Here, managers and administrators can add team members and assign them a role. Once a new user is created, they will be notified via email. Getting all of your content stakeholders on Cadence9 is the best way to supercharge your content marketing efforts. Whether they are content authors, editors, or simply legal advice, everyone can contribute. Now that we know how to set everything up, we can get to work. In Cadence9, there are three different ways to publish content. We refer to this as a broadcast. The quick post is the fastest and easiest way to create a broadcast. The quick post dialog is always at the top of the application. It is designed for short messages and has some helpful features. You can add a picture, geolocate, or shorten a link. Once you have entered your content, you can select where you want to publish. Cadence9 dynamically retrieves the channels that accept a status update. You can select one or all of them. Before publishing, you can schedule for a future date. Depending on your role, you might need approval from a team member, but in this example, we're ready to go. After finishing the quick post, we are sent to the Broadcast tab. Here, we can see a history of publishing events. The first entry is our quick post. You can see an excerpt of the message and the channels it was sent to. Now let's look at the two other ways we can create a broadcast. We can do this through either the Broadcast tab or the Task tab. When creating content and publishing on your own, it's best to create a broadcast via the Broadcast tab. However, when others in your team are needed during either the content creation or approval process, it's easier to create a broadcast through the Task tab. Tasks are also a great way for managers to assign broadcasts to other team members, as well as schedule broadcasts for future publishing. Let's go ahead and create a broadcast through the Broadcast tab. Once in Create Broadcast mode, there is a 4-step wizard to guide you through the process. At any time during the wizard, you can assign to someone in your team or save for a later date. Broadcasts you save will appear in your task list. In the first step of the wizard, you give the broadcast a name and description. Then select the channels to publish to. When selecting channels, you can either use an existing template or manually select each channel. Using templates is a great way to save time and take the guesswork out of publishing. As we saw earlier, you can create these predefined groups of channels in the Preferences and Setup tab. As an example, this photo template would include all of the channels that you want to publish to when posting a new photo. They include Flickr, LinkedIn, PhotoBucket, Twitter, WordPress, Blogger, and a host of Facebook pages and profiles. When not using a template, channels can be selected on the fly. In this dialog, each channel is listed along with the publishing action. In the case of this Facebook page, you can add a link, a note, a photo, status update, or upload a video. For this example broadcast, let's publish to Facebook ad link, Facebook status update, LinkedIn status update, Twitter, and WordPress. Now we can move to step 2 of the wizard. In this step, we're prompted to enter content for each channel. Once we're finished with entering content, we can move to step 3 and review our work before publishing. If everything looks good, we can move to step 4. In the final step, we are given 3 options: publish now, publish later, or assign to someone else in our team. Let's go ahead and publish now. As with all finished broadcasts, we are now sent back to the broadcast list and can see what we just published. Now, let's look at tasks, the third and final method of creating a broadcast. Unlike a regular broadcast, tasks are ideal for allowing others in your team to contribute in the broadcast creation process. When creating a new task, you are prompted to assign it to someone in your team, give it a name, add notes to help others complete the task, and finally add a due date. Once created, tasks look similar to a normal broadcast wizard. To work on tasks assigned to you, select the My Tasks filter. So far, we've reviewed 3 ways to publish in Cadence9, through a quick post, broadcast, and task. Now let's look at engagements and reports. Whenever your content is engaged, Cadence9 retrieves the comments, likes, shares, retweets, and other feedback and collects it in one place. From here, you can review, reply, or assign for additional action. Engagement can be filtered by the author the broadcast is related to, or by the channel it's found on. Also, by hovering over any of the engagements, you can directly reply to them from inside of Cadence9. And finally, the Reports tab helps identify your content marketing ROI through performance reports and user activity logs. 6 reports come preloaded with Cadence9. Each report has custom filters, export options, and a summary section. The default report is called the dashboard, and it's an overview of your entire account. To access other reports, you can toggle over to the list view. Each listed report has a detail page from where you can run the report. Before concluding the solution overview, I encourage you to always leave feedback if you run into trouble or have questions. The feedback dialog can be found in the top right pull-down. This concludes the Cadence9 solution overview. Thanks for watching.